And yes, second video for the day, guys. Like I said, welcome back to suburbs of Seattle. I know, two videos in a day sometimes might be a lot, but I really wanted to talk to you about Airbnbs. And the reason why is because I've had a lot of conversations recently from people who even called me off of YouTube and saying, "Hey, tell me more about this Airbnb stuff. I'm interested in possibly doing something in the future." So, I want to take a few minutes and share with you just a few things on my experience with Airbnbs. I have operated Airbnbs for the last few years. Recently, I was just managing them for clients. I actually sold off mine, and we're going to be buying a few other Airbnbs out of state. So Airbnbs, it's a nice business opportunity if you are looking to diversify in real estate, and it's something that can easily be delegated, to a management crew, so that you can, like I said, like my plan is to own other Airbnbs out of states. You can hire management crews, set up the right connections, and own real estate easily out of state. And should I say profitable real estate, right? Because not every typical long term rental is profitable. I have a lot of clients who own a few houses, and I often hear numbers like, "Oh man, great, I'm cash flowing maybe $500 a month, maybe 1,000." And look, that's all good and well if you want one person that stays in there forever, and you're fine with making $500 a month. Me personally, that's not my game. I'm looking to maximize my profits out of every single opportunity I can, and that's why I got into Airbnbs. I think 5 years ago now. Kind of losing track of time. But like I said, I've owned and operated my own, and I've managed them for clients, and I'm still helping clients buy them now, setting them up with the right resources in order for them to manage it and to be profitable. So I wanted to take a few minutes and kind of share some basics with you guys. And if you'd like to know more, please call me. I'd easily do a one-on-one consultation with you and help you identify the right opportunity. So let's start talking a little bit about this. What's the most important thing? The most important thing I would say about owning a short-term rental, whether it's an Airbnb or you're putting up on VRBO, same thing. You want to maximize your reach out to as many sites as possible. Now, in my experience, Airbnb specifically has been the number one site that brings in people. There's sites out there that you can bring in traveling nurses, which is called Furnish Finder, right? There's sites out there that provide housing for corporate employees. Those are all good and well. I typically ended up sticking with Airbnb, and it served me with the most amount of profits. Now, the number one most important thing when it comes to buying a Airbnb or a home for Airbnb is location. Just like with any other real estate purchase, you want to make sure that you're operating not off of just, I feel this area will be good because I've lived in this area for my whole life, and I think it's going to be good. No. What you want to do is what I mentioned in a different video. You want to go on a website called AirDNA. When you go on AirDNA, you pay $40 or whatever their fee is for that zip code, and you can identify what activity is happening in that zip code. Try to pick out places that are going to bring in tourists, right? For instance, I know a ton of people who in the recent 6 months have bought homes in Florida. They live in Vancouver, they live in Oregon, Seattle, but they're buying up homes in Florida. Real estate has been historically cheap over there. It isn't anymore, but it has been. And I know a ton of people who have bought up homes there and whose Airbnbs are making 6, 7, 8 grand a month. Heck, guys, I'm flying to Florida, God willing, in July for 2 weeks, and me and my father-in-law we're going to be sharing a house. It's a family gathering. I'm paying $2,200. He's paying $2,200 for one house. So $4,400 for a 10, 11 night stay. So you get a few more people like that, you can make 12 grand a month. I know of people that do that with Airbnb. It's not every month, but you can make that much. And the key is, as you're making a lot of money, right, doing Airbnbs, doing short-term rentals, you want to make sure that you're not spending it all, that you're not just dumping it back into the house right away. You want to make sure to start building up reserves. Reserves are going to help you during the slow season. Now, a good location will ideally have a minimalistic amount of slow seasons. Typically, what I find to be a good minimal amount when it comes to slow season is having 2 to 3 slow months. When I had my Airbnb in Vancouver, our slow months were, I think it was November, March, and February. Yeah, everything else was booked pretty good. And on the months that were booked pretty good, we found a good 70 to 80% booking ratio, which is pretty common actually. From in good areas, you'll find at least 70-75% booking ratio for that month. So a good 3 weeks out of a month is booked. So again, number one, identify location, right? And AirDNA can help you do that. Number two, make sure that as you're making money, you're building up reserves to pay for slow months, to pay for in the event that some damage occurs, because Airbnb does have rental insurance, but they are a pain in the butt to deal with. They paid me 25 grand for a bathroom remodel because somebody flooded my bathroom, and it took me 3 or 4 months to beat that money out of them. I can't even tell you how many brain cells I lost talking to them on the phone, because they are not easy to deal with. So when it comes to my third point, insurance, you want to have a good insurance company that covers short-term rentals. There are a few out there. There's Safeco. There's Proper.com. Proper.com is an insurance platform where you put in your zip code, your address, they send you a quote quickly, and they cover short-term rentals. Now, like I said, State Farm personally never. I've been with them for 7 years, and they do not cover that. When you call in, they'll say that, hey, your rental needs at least a 12-month lease agreement for us to cover it, which in an Airbnb, you don't get any lease agreements. It's come and go, come and go, come and go. That's it, right? So making sure you're set up with the right insurance, that's a good third point for you to know and to be aware of, right? As far as furnishing a place, you can expect to spend about $15,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2.5 to 2.5 bathroom home. That's what you can expect to spend for furnishing a full house. Now I'm talking about, basic cheaper TVs, ideally in every room. I'm talking about beds, side cabinets, and the necessities you need in the kitchen and whatnot. And maybe some other amenities, like if you're by a beach, getting a bicycle for your guests is nice, a bike or two, stuff like that. If you want a free spreadsheet on how to furnish your home properly, just hit me up, text me, call me. I'd be happy to send over and share all the information with you that I've learned over the years. I can't really fit it all in one video. I mean, we're already, 9 minutes in almost. I can't fit it all in one video, but I can drop a few solid points for you guys to kind of be aware of and to know what to expect. But if you'd like a more deeper and a more in-depth conversation one-on-one, feel free to call me. I've had people call me before already. Helped out a gentleman, Josue out of Eastern Washington, who called me. Super nice guy. Had a few meetings with him and kind of created a game plan for him, So I'd be happy to do the same for you. Call me at the number below. I'd be honored to help you out. And even if you're in a different state, I don't care. I can connect you with a realtor over there. Full disclosure, I'll make a little bit of profit off of them helping you buy the place. You don't pay them anything, the seller does. But I'd be happy to connect with you with a person out of state. I have a good network of people all across the country, and I'd be happy to still share with you all of the details that I can and that I know in setting up a right Airbnb. I'm helping a client relocate from Renton to Alabama, and a 2-hour drive. I'm helping him buy a place in Pensacola, Florida, 2 hours away. So I'd be honored to help you guys out. Hit me up at the number below, and let's set up a meeting. Thanks so much again for tuning in, guys. I appreciate your time. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.